I'm Shane Hudson. It's a 1964 Buick Special. It's the base model of the Buicks. I built it for the guy who owns it, Ron. It's one of Ron's pride and joys, probably about the 8th car that I've built for him. It took probably about 18 months to build it. That was from when it drove in, when it was imported from the States, to how it sits now, it'll be about 18 months. It looked good. It looked good until we stripped it down and blasted it. And once it was blasted, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was terrible. It took a lot longer than I would have liked to have been. There was quite a few hurdles. Getting an engine of that size in the car and making it work took a lot longer than I thought. And there was a few heating issues and cooling issues. That was a bit of a problem. The engine's a 427 cube small block from Nelson Racing Engines in the States. It made, on Tom's dyno, it made around the 1600 horsepower and 1600 foot-pounds at the flywheel. It runs octane on demand, so it's got 16 injectors underneath the billet intake. Gearbox is a polished, manualised Turbo 400 from a Bruzy Racing Transmissions in the States, with a 9-inch in the rear of it. It's untubbed, so it's only fit a 275 tyre. That's about it. So it'll never hold the power, but it's a street car. He's always liked his Buicks. He's not so much of a Chev man. He likes his Buicks, likes his GM cars. I built him the other Buick, the drag car, probably about 8 years ago, and it just can't be driven on the road. It's just not a street registered car. So he wanted a registered version of it, and that's what we ended up with, a clone of the original car. Trying to keep the car legal was a big problem. We wanted it all 100% legal, road registered, everything under the bonnet. We didn't want a cowl scoop on it, so the engine had to be set back and lowered to get everything under bonnet. To get the intercooler in was a bit of a mission, and that's why it ended up hanging down a little bit too low. But you know, we've sort of blackened it out to blend it in, so just so the car looks like a street car and doesn't stand out in the crowd. It's been finished for a couple of months. Hasn't been on the road as yet. We haven't even driven it really. Today will be pretty much the first time it's being driven, so that'll be interesting. He's happy with it. He likes the look of it. He likes the stance of it. He likes his cars to look original, well, as original as possible, with just a few modern touches. Yeah, he's pretty happy. It's finished. We also built a bolt-in roll cage for it, so it's up to Andra spec. We may race it, we may not. It may just stay on the street, but yeah, maybe one day. Maybe one day we'll take it to the track, just to prove what it can do, and it'll look pretty good going down the track beside the other car.